Today is August 30th. Good morning, everyone. This is Patrick out in my garage again. And it has been a few days since I was last out here working with this resin, that resin right there. And I want to show you the last results from the last time I was here and let you know what's about to come today, what I'm about to get into. All right, I have this plaque here and I applied, I think that is 2 or maybe 3 layers of resin. As you can see, it didn't turn out too well. It's still kind of wavy, but I'm going to put one more layer on and see if it will even everything out. If not, I'll just live with it. This is my first time working with resin and wood. Actually, my second time working with resin, but first time working with resin and wood. So I'll be working on that today. Also, this Carnage logo, let's put it in the light. As you can see, there's still some areas in there where the resin didn't quite settle into. And this is also the second or third layer. So I will be putting another layer today. All right, so much for that. Now I'll be working on my Viking again. I have to finish filling his legs. Hold on, I don't think I talked about this last time. I actually dropped him. Oh, you know what? I'm starting to feel like Bad Luck Slep Rock from the Flintstones? Was that? No, that was the other cartoon. I don't know. Anyway, if you're familiar with the character Slep Rock, let me know. Anyway, I dropped him twice. First time broke off one leg. The second time I dropped him, it broke off the second leg. So these are his legs right here. I will be putting resin into those as well as into this part of him before I glue him back together. Now, this is the neck for this silk model right here. I still have to fill this in. I actually ended up putting some, some plaster of Paris in here. I'm trying to conserve my resin because that stuff is expensive. So I put a little plaster of Paris in. I'm going to seal it up with some resin. Let me see. Same with the hair. I put some plaster. Can you see it? I put some, well, you can't see it, but there it is. I put some plaster in there. I'm going to seal that up with resin. I have to top that off. You can see it. Still a little bit of room in there. I'm going to top that off and top that off with some resin. And this is another character. I think I'm doing a separate series on this one. I'm not sure at this point because I'm kind of doing all this resin work at one time. But I will be putting some resin into this. I've already super glued a lot of the cracks and breaks in it, but I'm going to put some resin in. Hopefully that will hold everything together, keep it from cracking in the future, or cracking more in the future, or any further in the future. So I think that's it, folks. I'm trying to get as much resin work done as possible in the next few days because the weather, the temperature is starting to cool down, and I don't think you can work. I don't think this resin works very well in cold weather. Someone leave a comment, let me know if I'm wrong about that. I'm just learning about this stuff, but I want to try to get it all done. And once it gets cold, I won't be able to come out in my garage and work with it anyway. So if I can get all this resin work done, and I guess maybe the next week or two or before it gets really cold out here, then I can just take all this stuff inside and work with it inside because the resin will be cured by that time and it won't be a hazard to me. Let me see. And I haven't forgotten about him. I think, you know what, folks, I think this is what I'm going to do with that. I think I'm going to use some foam, not foam, but spray foam to fill this in. If you've seen the other videos on that character, you know what I'm talking about. But I'll go into more detail on that one because that Quirky Carnage has his own series. So I don't want to talk too much about it, but I think I'm going to use spray foam. And yeah, I'll give you more information on that in that series on that figure, that model. Oh, and I almost forgot about that screen right there. I have to do some work on that base because it's giving me fits. I think I'm going to put some resin on it I can't put any inside because it's filled up with some, I don't know what it's filled with, but I don't think I can put any inside. I'll have to look into it. I'm probably going to coat it at least with resin to harden up that base right there. Let me see. Okay, that's it for now, folks. Let me go ahead and do this, and I'll give you an update once all of this is done. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, thumbnail. I don't have a thumbnail. Crap. Okay. Hold on. I'll be back. Okay. Hopefully I can get a thumbnail out of this. Let's see. Get her against that white background. There's too much stuff back there though. Let me see. Right. Maybe right there. I think that might work. Let's see. That's even better right there. All right, folks. Thanks again. Bye.